Somebody once said, what on earth do you want a rusty old cement mixer for? It looks like it spent most of its life at the bottom of a pond. Well, this week we're going to be lime mortar in our bedroom, and our bedroom's basically collapsing. So I think it's 30 quid well spent. We've not done much lime mortaring before, so, you know, we've done a little course. So wish us luck, eh? When you can see daylight through a metre thick wall, that's a bad thing. But in about 20 minutes, it's all going to be mortared up and we'll have that old fix. When we put the lime mortar on, we put quite a substantial amount on. And the reason is because we've got to blend it in with these fire bricks. Now, you put it on and then you tap it back with quite a stiff brush, and then you sort of brush it back with a wire brush, and it gives this sort of effect, as you can see. Now when we put it onto these bricks, we're going to leave an effect like this all over, and I think it will sort of like blend in with a sort of patch in the middle, which is sort of basically blank. Now we could have left every single brick exposed with quite a narrow sort of lime mortar sort of patch in between each brick, so you could basically see the outline of every single brick if you like. But what we've done, we've basically sort of just exposed the sort of like the crests of each brick. So we also want to hang pictures on this wall, sort of fairly high up. And if we were to hang pictures on the wall, the picture hooks would be, well, they'd be like tent pegs, if you know what I mean. So, because some of the dents in this wall were, well, some of them are sort of about, well, 5 or 6 centimetres deep. So, as you can imagine, the pictures would be all wonky and, you know, hanging off like, you know, you wouldn't believe, on a funny angle. So, yeah, I mean, this dent in the corner, it's not very high up. But, it's not going to show up very well on camera. But, you know, this dent here, for instance, is a huge cavity, and the wall bows. But what we've managed to do, I don't know if it shows up, but we've managed to level out the wall quite considerably. There you go. As you can see, this is a piece of concrete that someone had used to repair a nice large crack in our wall. And as you can see, the edge is quite lumpy. Yeah, not exactly ideal, is it? Now, that gave us pretty good problem because, well, it came out really easily. And the reason why is when you put in a bit of concrete, I don't know if you can see on this stone here, yeah, there's still plenty of sand on this stone. So when you're raking out, you can never ever get every last morsel of sand off. And so even if you sort of like used an airline and a brush and everything like that, there will still be sand residue on here. So like this just sort of like flicked out with a screwdriver, this, and dropped out on the floor. So yeah, there was absolutely no problem in getting this sort of out. So these two stones, the bloke that built the wall obviously picked two nice stones with fairly smooth edges, and he knew what he was doing. So when they sit together nice and flush. No sharp edges there, is there? So there will be a layer of mortar between those two stones, and the wall breathes over time. Now you can Google on the internet what the wall needs to breathe. It absorbs moisture throughout the seasons and stuff like that. Now, over time, we had a leak in our attic, and we were slowly losing the mortar between our two stones, and the stones were getting closer together, closer together, closer together. Now, you can imagine what happened here when the two stones got closer together, closer together. It was basically like, say, I don't know, a pin against a party balloon. Yeah, basically the top stone would have just popped. So yeah, this top stone would have shattered, wouldn't it? So this piece of cement, what someone put in to repair a crack caused by a water leak, caused double trouble, didn't it? Yeah, not a clever idea at all, was it? Mr. Smarty Pants trying to repair a crack with a bit of cement. Yeah, no, not clever at all, were you? Yeah, so what you actually did by putting a bit of cement in to repair that crack, you actually caused the top stone there to explode and crack, didn't you? Yeah, not so clever at all, were you? Because now you've created a big hole at the top, haven't you? Not just letting in little crack there, you created a whopping great big hole now, haven't you? Yeah, so yeah, your little repair net there has caused a big hole. So yeah, not clever at all, was it? So yeah, don't use cement to repair a lime mortar wall. That's the answer to that one. So yeah, traditional skills are best there, people. This wall here is an old chimney breast. Now, as you can see here, there's black there, and that is where smoke's been coming into the room. There's a gap here between the bricks here. Now, all of this plaster, you can chip it off with your fingernail. Oh, well, breaking now won't do it. But yeah, there's gaps here, gaps there, gaps here. And now all this is plaster of Paris. This isn't proper mortar. There's gaps here, gaps everywhere. Nice big patch of black there where smoke's been coming into the room. Yeah, they've done an absolutely terrible job. Now, these aren't proper, well, they're sort of fire bricks, but they're quite crumbly. So I don't know if they deteriorated in time or they're not even proper fire bricks. But downstairs is an absolutely huge fireplace, a big old open fire. And now we've got a 12 kilowatt log burner in there. So you can imagine the amount of heat that's coming up this fireplace. So yeah. Right, confession time. This bit of lime mortar, that's from one cement mixer load, and this bit of lime mortar, that's from another cement mixer load. Now, if I was a professional artisan, I probably could have had a sort of like a little bit of a tip to get the two to mix, because like it was 36 degrees and I was in a bit of a rush, and yeah, I couldn't get the two to match because it was going off too quick. So and also, when I tapped it down, I probably would have had a nice tip to sort of like tap it down a little bit better. And when I brushed out, I probably should have been going from the stone diagonally out. So, yeah, messed up a little bit there, didn't I? So, yeah, I'm going to put a bit of a wet mix over the top and I'm going to touch that up. So, yeah, bit of a mess up there, but I'll get it fixed.
Engage smug mode.
Ta-da! So we're pretty chuffed with what we've done. Ta-da!
The
wall. So
just got the rest of the room to do now.
Yeah.
But for first attempt, that was brilliant.
Yeah,
really enjoyed it.
Pretty cool.
And it looks smart.
Yeah, the roof's all secure and the wall's pretty solid. So yeah. So as usual, folks, give us a bit of the old like and subscribe.
He likes that.
I love a bit of that. And next week we'll be
up on the roof.
Up on the roof.
So we'll see you then.
We'll see you next week.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.